Intuition arises from the very depths of your being. It is an inner knowing, a gentle whisper that guides you through the twists and turns of life. As you awaken to the intuitive voice, your worldview begins to shift. You start to perceive things differently, picking up on subtle energies and hidden meanings that previously went unnoticed. Developing your intuition connects you to profound inner wisdom, allowing you to tap into insights beyond logical reasoning. Strengthening intuition takes patience and practice, but the rewards are immense. In this video, you will learn all of the crucial signs indicating an awakening intuition. These 14 signs serve as a roadmap, guiding you to discover inner riches that bring meaning and purpose to your lives. Watch until the end if you don't want any regrets. Let's get started. Section 1. Perceiving beyond the physical. As intuition unfurls, your sensory capabilities expand. You gain awareness of realms that exist beyond the confines of the five senses. Energies, emotions, and information not accessible to regular eyes and ears become available to your inner perceptive faculties. Heightened sensitivity. When intuition stirs, sensitivity arises. You become receptive conduits for invisible forces pulsing through people, places, and situations. As the veil lifts, you start noticing subtleties previously missed. The harsh edge softens in a voice, alerting you to sadness hidden beneath surface cheer. Walking into a room, energies prickle along your skin, revealing undercurrents flowing between two friends. In awakening intuition, awareness permeates the senses. The nervous system transforms into a receiver for invisible communications that are undetectable to ordinary perception. With this increased sensitivity, you pick up on what lives in the gaps, the silence between words, the space between breaths, and the energy animating all things. You begin to discern nuances and textures, revealing deeper truths. As sensitivity grows, you may feel raw and exposed. Protective barriers drop, leaving you vulnerable. Learning to manage this intensified input prevents overwhelm. You balance heightened perception by creating personal space for integration and self-care. With practice, you learn to navigate the currents of subtle sensations with clarity and compassion. Recognition of energy fields. Have you ever noticed yourself responding emotionally without obvious cause? Perhaps sadness, anxiety, or elation bubble up suddenly, having little to do with present circumstances. Such experiences indicate that the intuitive faculty perceives invisible energy fields surrounding people and places. As intuition develops, awareness of the human energy field grows. You sense emotions, memories, and beliefs held in one's subtle body through direct, non-physical contact. Walking into a room, the prevailing mood instantly registers. The energy carries information about recent events and the temperaments of those present. In conversation, you pick up on mental states and past experiences influencing the speaker's presentation and words. You feel the hopes, hurts, and histories that shape perspectives. Without conscious effort, you naturally mirror emotions and bodily states resonant with your own sensitivities. As intuition strengthens, you discern which feelings originate within and which are absorbed from intimate contacts and public gatherings. You learn to navigate complex social environments without losing connection to your core state of being. Premonition through dreams. As intuition blossoms, guidance arrives through the dream state. Carrying messages from spirit, these nocturnal communiques contain insights into fulfilling one's purpose. They may reveal future events, offer wisdom for present challenges, and connect to past lives still influencing current patterns. Though dreams speak in the language of symbolism and metaphor, intuition provides translation skills. Pay attention to visions appearing just before waking. This hypnopompic state links the elusive world of dreams to conscious awareness. Repeated symbolic imagery points to urgent matters requiring attention. Record impressions immediately, as they easily fade. Date entries to track when specific images appear. Create a dream journal cataloging nighttime missives. Over time, intuitive skills awaken for interpreting meaning. Explore free association by drawing the dream or dialoguing with imagined figures to uncover hidden significance. Dreams speak the language of intuition, and intuition reveals the guidance carried on these nocturnal currents. Section 2. Navigating by Inner Compass. Awakening intuition equips you with an inner guidance system for negotiating life's crossroads. You sense which roads further soul growth. Inner radar screens for pitfalls and negative influences sabotaging your journey toward wholeness. An invisible compass directs you to people and places affirming purpose. Trust in inner guidance. Have you ever experienced an inner knowing that defies rational explanation? Without hard evidence or logical reasoning, you simply feel right about a decision or direction. This points to intuition's steadily growing trust in inner guidance. Rather than anxiously weighing pros and cons to make the right choice, you check in with the body for confirming signals. Expansive feelings in the chest or happy butterflies in the belly indicate alignment with soul-level truth. Tension, dread, or dullness reveal a mismatch with higher guidance. By tuning into these bodily cues when faced with alternatives, intuition affirms the path forward. As confidence and inner wisdom grows, you respond faster to its prompts, supporting choices true to who you really are. With practice, your first instinct skillfully points toward decisions bearing the sweetest fruit. Inner trust allows you to leap, knowing invisible arms wait to catch us. Recognition of guiding synchronicity. Intuition speaks through uncanny echoes between outer events and inner experiences. Have you ever decided upon a course of action only to notice a string of coincidences confirming the correct direction? Perhaps a chance meeting surfaces key information shortly after setting an intention. Or the first song playing when entering a cafe carries lyrics mirroring private realizations. Such synchronistic meetings serve intuition's aims. They validate inner stirrings, links in an invisible chain guiding you to the right place at the right time. As intuition develops, awareness of this secret handshake signal from the universe grows. You begin witnessing these cosmic winks everywhere. Each synchronistic encounter affirms hidden coordination, organizing your lives according to subtle destiny. Tracking meaningful coincidences in a journal reveals intuition's handcrafted framework supporting your soul's unfolding. Recording dates, times, key phrases, and interlinking themes helps us discern messages tailored just for us. Over time, consciousness catches the sequence, revealing life's deeper plot, in which you co-author with spirit. Inner warning signals. Intuition watches your backs. It alerts when things are about to go sideways, protecting against negative influences and dicey situations. Without knowing exactly how, you sense impending danger, deception, or signal situations different from appearances. Have you ever experienced an odd feeling upon meeting someone that inexplicably puts you off? Perhaps your mind draws a blank, inwardly cautioning against further interaction or involvement. Without rationally understanding why, you intuit misleading intent or an unstable nature contrary to charming exteriors. As you strengthen inner listening, you increase your reliance on intuition's inner warning system. A sudden bout of anxiety or weariness prompts a change of course to avoid pitfalls unseen by the eye. If something feels off despite outwardly seeming fine, we've learned to trust this instinct to protect us from toxic entanglements. On the journey of developing intuition, safety rests in heeding these subtle signals, even without obvious cause. Inner wisdom recognizes hazards before you intellectually understand how or why. Section 3. Expanding creativity and innovation. Opening up to intuition unleashes creative potential. By integrating intuitive wisdom with logical forethought, you gain access to inspired ideas and innovative solutions. You awaken to a creative purpose, using imagination and intuition to address personal and collective concerns. Intuiting next steps. When building dreams into reality, intuition provides clues for the next steps. Though you envision the completed creative vision, often the path for manifesting it remains unclear. Intuition guides you toward actions propelling growth. At the right moment, a perfectly timed insight pops into awareness with obviousness, Without worrying about the full picture, intuition feeds guidance step by step. Flashing sporadic signals like a lighthouse beaming through fog, it spotlights the next rock to leap towards. As intuition develops, trusting and acting upon these intermittent nudges keeps you moving forward. By leaning into guidance as it arrives, you find ourselves further than imagined possible through consistent small actions accumulated over time. Inspired ideas. Intuition unleashes influxes of inspired ideas, furthering life purpose. They appear like gifts from the blue, sowing seeds of future creation. These fanciful flashes hold kernels of personal genius to nurture. Have you ever woken up from sleep with an exciting idea for a new business, piece of art, or community project? Or driving in the car, a sudden stream of insights downloaded with intriguing implications? When least expected, intuition overrides thought streams with novel possibilities ripe for harvest. As intuition awakens, such fits of inspiration increase. Carrying pen and paper, or a voice recorder, helps catch cascading insights before they disappear like startled butterflies. Regular intuition practice sessions train the ability to access these bursts of creativity. By scheduling time for inner listening without an agenda, intuitive bandwidth clears for incoming transmissions. The mind quiets, allowing your native language of symbols, sensations, and patterns room to speak. Regular dates with intuition boost receptive capacity for downloads of inspiration, leading to surprising innovation. Visionary problem solving. Intuition tackles problems differently than logical thought, invoking alternate states that reveal solutions. By accessing nonlinear thinking, you shift from fixating on the issue toward witnessing from an overview perspective. This balcony view lets you observe variables and interrelationships not apparent when intellectually focused at ground level. Creative alternatives and overlooked assets grab your attention from this soul-side vantage point. Imagine you feel stuck making a decision or resolving a complicated situation. Set the dilemma aside and engage in activities that take you into relaxed or inspired states, like being in nature, listening to music, or doing artwork. While occupied with something enjoyable, a novel solution unexpectedly pops into awareness, seemingly arriving from nowhere. By indirectly, rather than directly attacking stuck places, intuition circumvents mental looping, creating blocks. Via meandering paths of insight wandering beyond habitual associations, you arrive at refreshingly inventive conclusions. Section 4. Awakening Inner Truth. Developing intuition opens conduits to self-understanding. You gain clarity regarding core values, soul calling, and previously hidden aspects of identity that come to light. By peering behind conditioned personality patterns, intuition reveals the authentic essence and spiritual nature. You come home to who you really are. Discerning true needs. Intuition connects you to your core needs and desires. Not those based on childhood conditioning telling you what you should want, but rather your deepest, soul-level longings. Intuition guides you to people, places, and pursuits fulfilling essential requirements for well-being and purpose. Imagine feeling vaguely uneasy and unsatisfied without an obvious cause. You adopted society's version of happiness, yet you feel empty chasing possessions and status. Intuition sees beyond, urging reconnection to simpler joys that are sustainably nourishing. It corrects course, realigning choices to benefit mind, body, and spirit holistically. As intuition develops, you rely less on external authorities dictating direction. Inner wisdom sensitizes you to self-care needs and yearnings. Following these breadcrumbs of body signals and emotional nudges keeps you on track with your essence and authentic aspirations. Recognizing psychological projections. Have you ever significantly misjudged someone only to have your assumptions proven false over time? You unconsciously project internal characteristics onto others, appearing to possess your disowned traits. As intuition grows, you clearly distinguish when reacting to reflections of yourself rather than an accurate read of others. Imagine that you pride yourself on being non-judgmental and open-minded. One day, a friend makes a casually prejudiced remark. You react with anger far beyond the offense. Intuition brings self-awareness, revealing your strong reaction and denying similar shadow aspects within. Your charged response exposes unconscious bias that still needs healing. Awakening intuition decreases blind spots caused by projecting. You withstand discomfort when emotional triggers get pressed. Willingness to examine your own darkness diffuses reactivity, increasing compassion. Accessing supportive inner resources. Intuition opens inner doors to supportive spiritual allies, animal helpers, and higher aspects of oneself. Imagine feeling depleted. Rather than habitually binge-watching Netflix or social media, intuition nudges better self-care. Going inside, consciousness sinks below thoughts into present moment sensation. Emotional burdens lift as worries are assumed by a compassionate inner presence. You experience radical acceptance of everything arising in the stillness beneath stories. Intuition accesses wholeness within. Seeking external fixes for problems reinforces separation and deficiency. By quieting outer noise, you access inner healing intelligence from your soul essence. Like Dorothy returning to Kansas after the long, strenuous journey, you realize there's no place like home. All you search for in the external world lives inside ourselves. Section 5. Relating Soul to Soul. Rising intuition nurtures interpersonal connections. You communicate authenticity by listening to wisdom whispered between words. Empathic bonds emerge from the silence underneath stories. Soul meets soul in words unsaid. Speaking from the heart. As intuition grows, expression becomes more heart-centered. Personas constructed to meet social expectations drop, revealing the truth beneath. You unveil motivations, share vulnerabilities, and demonstrate care through authentic relationships. Imagine a friend receiving difficult medical news. You respond with presence, conveying strength and assurance that all will be okay. Yet intuition guides us to go deeper. You open conversations about fear of mortality, sitting together in shared humanity. Your jittery words and tears express your refusal to minimize what is very hard. By demonstrating the full rainbow of emotions rather than just upbeat positivity, intuition helps you companion others through challenges. Hearing beyond words. Intuition listens below surface levels, tuning into essence and resonating through gesture, tone, and spirit. By perceiving meanings embedded between words, you enter empathic understanding with the speaker. Imagine a conversation where the facts stated seem at odds with the emotions conveyed. While someone asserts everything is fine, tension in their voice betrays anxiety unexpressed in words. Intuition registers the true state beneath the verbal facade. You feel the layered landscape of living under language. In relating, intuition hears what words cannot yet say. You welcome vulnerability, unspoken hurts, and unresolved contradictions underlying the verbal overlay. Holding space for difficult emotions and shadows allows healing and connection to emerge. Conclusion. Awakening intuition profoundly expands capacities for wisdom, guidance, and the revelation of truth. By integrating this transformational intelligence gracefully, you avoid common stumbling blocks en route to embodiment. Discerning intuition from fear-based thinking protects you against the sabotage by inner critics masquerading as insight. Noticing tightness while second-guessing choices reveals undermining messages of self-doubt and unworthiness. Getting to know inner critics' voices helps distinguish them from intuition's supportive presence. You give intuition time and space to develop, patient with its unpredictable ways of knowing. Insights arise on their own clock rather than when you demand answers. Without pushing, intuition's guidance crystallizes organically. Balancing intuition's nonlinear processing style with logical thinking grounds revelations for practical application. You honor intuitive inputs while evaluating their reasonableness for manifesting in concrete reality. As you grow more intimate with intuition, life becomes participatory, with hidden forces guiding all to goodness. Each moment glistens with hidden meaning, carrying vital clues for discovering healing, purpose, and awakening. Difficulties transform into opportunities. Mistakes lead to self-knowledge.